Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. I had to relocate myself to this couch over here because there's some other people having some fun over there. So there's less noise over here, and I'm uploading some videos I've recorded today for you. Yeah, they are being uploaded. Well, they're almost online. But for now, I want to talk about associations. Your brain makes associations based upon what it observes. There's nothing wrong with that. If, for example, you, let's say, if you were growing up, and every time someone said your first name, let's say your name is Thomas, every time they said Thomas, it was you they were addressing. After a while, your brain built a pattern between the sound Thomas and you. So every time someone says Thomas, you respond. That's the declarative memory of your brain. And that's how you learned what your first name was. Your first name was just an agreement of your parents with the community how to call you. There was this case of child abuse in the United Kingdom. Was it the United Kingdom or or maybe it was the USA? But anyway, about 2 years ago, and there was this little girl that was abused, being beaten and all of that by the stepfather, and the mother permitted it. The mother screamed at her often. So one day, those parents, the couple was arrested, and they brought the child to childcare. And they asked her, "What is your name?" She said, "Idiot." And people thinking, what? Because this is what happened. Every time she was addressed, she was screamed against and called an idiot and all kinds of foul names. So what happened? Her brain, she's just a kid, associated that insult with her. She didn't knew it was an insult. Her brain is a machine, and recognize, oh, when this body is addressed, always the sound idiot is used. So the brain built association with it. For example, another thing, you grew up. For example, feces, excrement, shit, poo, all those words mean the same. But some of those words have more emotional attachments to them that's programmed to you by the culture. Excrement or poo or dung, whatever variant you use, there's an emotion attached. If you use the S word, people tend to get upset. Why? Because when you were growing up and people said that word S, people became upset. And your brain built a pattern that if this sound appears, there's danger. So every time someone uses that word, you get upset. You say, that's a swear word, that's a cuss word. And in church they tell you, believers shouldn't cuss. So cussing is a sin. You are already programmed to become frightened when you hear certain sounds. So sound combination, or I would say words. And because of that, to you, those words are bad, if though it's just a sound construct. And now they also teach you that it's a sin, and with sin, there's danger attached. So you think those words have power in themselves. Well, no, those words don't have any power. Those are just sound constructs. It's the conditioning that has power over you. It all comes down to your brain makes associations. Okay, hold on. Let me do something. Hold on a minute. I need to do something first. Yes. I did this already a few times, but I mean, I use this sample, but this is 1,000 Japanese yen. It's Japanese currency. You can't use it over here in Europe. Here it's just currency, but not money, because you can't use it in practice. But in Japan, people are conditioned to see this as valuable. Even though it's just a piece of paper, anyone can design such a thing and print it in this paper quality. But because people have been conditioned this is valuable, whenever they see this, the brain is triggered, because the brain builds associations. Why do I keep reminding you of this? It's because when you are following Christ, those wrong associations that you receive from the world, they need to be broken down. And the reason why a lot of people get stuck is because, hold on a minute, let me put the laptop over here. Let me use this illustration for you, hold on. This is a pillow. It's quite soft, okay? This side fell to the ground, I'm using the other side. And let's put the pillow over here. Here's another black pillow over there. And I'm just, hold on a minute. I'm relaxing on the pillow. What's going on there? This is soft, so it's comfortable for my head. And I can be at ease. And I can put my legs upon this also. I won't do it for long, but you get the idea. I can be at ease here. This is comfortable, physically. Well, maybe I should put it better. But understand this. The associations your brain make is to make things physically easy for you. But your brain is just a machine. It cannot decide whether an association is right or wrong. Okay? And people often talk about the comfort zone. The comfort zone is the sum of expectations people have that they never questioned. And many of those expectations are based upon brain patterns that developed in their developing years or in their adolescent years. Adolescent years are between 16 and 23. Peer pressure is part of it, also the society around you, and how you responded to it. How you react to it also. But understand that those brain associations, even though they give you some level of comfort, they're just associations. But we often hold on to them because of the psychological comfort they provide us. Now, what does this have to do with the paranormal? What if those brain associations have been programmed into you by society to make you more accessible to demons? What if those that ruled your society are devil worshippers, and it's their job and their duty to condition the population to condition the population in idolatry? So what if you have been conditioned into idolatry, and now you're walking around with all kinds of associations, all kinds of triggers, and you never question why you don't like certain people, why you can't stand certain things, or why you're so upset with this and that. You just will it. You don't want to look beyond, because to look beyond means you need to face things. Well, I'm telling you, you better face things. Because I don't care how comfortable at ease, I don't care how comfortable that psychological ease is, it's not safety. Just because something is easy doesn't mean it's safe. You can be having a great time on a cruise ship, party hardy and all of that, but the ship is sinking. No, it is comfortable physically. You're having a good time, so you are in a euphoric state. But are you safe? No, you're not. Well, I made a video about the renewal of the mind and the brain. Please watch that video. I've spoken more about this subject over there, but just remember, you need to evaluate your way of thinking. Because that is what it comes down to. Unclean spirits, they feed off of wrong thinking of people. But often what we consider wrong thinking is only wrong according to the standards we receive from society. Just like with cuss words and all of that. Those sound constructs, which we call words, only have a bad meaning because we've been conditioned to believe they have bad meaning. And it's only because people enforce consequences, often violence, upon those that use those words. We think those words have power. They don't have power. So when someone uses certain forbidden words once in a while, you tend to get uncomfortable with such an individual, and you tend to label them bad, label them wrong. Why? You judge them as wrong based upon the conditioning you received. but you have not invalidated that conditioning. Why? Because you feel comfortable with it. But I don't care if you feel comfortable with it. If it enables demons to use you or to work through you, it needs to go. All right? And that is the issue I often have with church folks. They're so into the expectations that have been validated by the church that they don't question whether this is in line with Christ. You're following Christ. You're not following me. You're not following the pastor. You're not following some evangelist on TV. I hope you're not. You're following Christ. So be in agreement with Christ. Well, the youths are gone, so I can go over there, record more videos. Evaluate your associations. Renew the mind. And how do you renew the mind? Expose yourself to the new over and over again. You were exposed to the false over and over again. That's why you got attached to the false. Now expose yourself to the real over and over again. That being said, be at peace. Shalom.